and welcome to my cards for the week, and welcome to this week's cards, which is on the Lionsgate portal. Lots of beautiful energy coming in, and that beautiful Syrian energy coming in, which is really waking a lot of people up. And for those of you that are conscious of it and understand the importance of setting intentions, that level of consciousness that you put on it is going to just amplify your energy. Although you may not feel it, because you may feel quite tired as we integrate that energy into the cells of our body. But that's what we're doing today, integrating, okay? So lots of affirmations that we can use today, lots of setting intentions that we can use today for the new moon, and we can just have that level of awareness that you are integrating light into your body, okay? And that light is energy, that light is everything. So what you choose to do with it is up to you. You can fill your boots and follow your joy. Okay, one thing I do want to say is that YouTube seem to appear to be adding ads to my videos, especially the more viewed ones. And from what I gather, from what I've read, I can't. You have to have a certain number of subscribers and a certain number of monthly views in order to have any control over that and in order to monetize your channel yourself. So I just wanted to say that's not me monetizing my channel, and I apologize if anybody's miffed by it, but there isn't much I can do about it. So I just wanted to let you know. It just happened on one video to begin with, and now I've noticed that it's happening to others. So just to let you know that that's got nothing to do with me. So, but if you all share this and I get more people to subscribe, then it might have something to do with me. Okay, let's see what's going on. Today is Sunday, the 8th of the 8th, 2021. Okay, let's see what's going on with our glorious Lionsgate portal. We don't need to understand much about astrology or energy, to be honest, just to know that the energy is very powerful at the moment. And it's not really so much about that. It's about you understanding the importance of willingness. Already, I want to say all of this, and I haven't pulled any cards. So interesting one. I will put a link to my video on willingness, and I will put it in the end screen as well, because the importance of just being willing, just opening your arms and going, come on, energy, in you come. Every one of my 50 trillion cells, bring me light, okay? The light in itself will counteract any darkness, will transmute any darkness, okay? The light is love. The love will transmute any fear, okay? So just be willing and open to receiving the love, the light, the energy, and kind of, I think it really helps to expect miracles. Why not? And this affirmation I came up with today, which I just love, and so I want to share it. It's like, this is an affirmation for those of you that like affirmations, okay? I allow the power of God that I am to flow through me. I'm going to say that again. I allow the power of God that I am to flow through me. And you can add a little now if you want. I now allow the power of God that I am to flow through me. And remember, it's all about belief. It's all about belief. When you understand that we are all one and we are all source energy, then you understand that you are God. So when you believe that, and you believe that you have the power of God invested in you, then you will notice your manifestation powers just amplify and amplify. Okay, get on with the cards, Deborah. Okay, get on with the cards. So what have we got for today? Today's special Lionsgate portal reading. What do we want to share? Thank you. Okay, brilliant. Anything else? Okay, I was kind of, I don't know why, but, oh, hang on a minute, they're all coming out now. I was kind of expecting the strength card to come up then. It was kind of a bit weird. I was having a bit of a moment because, of course, it's Leo, and of course, it's the lion, and it's unity consciousness and good fortune and everything else. But I think it hasn't come up, but I think there's a relevance to that card today. Obviously, it's also number 8, of course, in traditional tarot. And I think it is about, I do want to say this bit about it, because the girl in the picture, she has the good fortune, she has the strength, it also associates the Christ consciousness. We're accessing higher levels of consciousness, we're accessing unity consciousness. We're basically accessing the level of consciousness that Jesus Christ had. Okay, so that's where we're going, and he was a healer, right? So that's what I was just saying, the power of God. So the healing power of Jesus Christ, the power of whatever you want is within you, okay? And you get to choose, you get to create by choosing. Our creative power lies in our ability to choose our beliefs. That one's relevant. I'm going to say that one again. Our creative power lies in our ability to choose our beliefs. Okay, so what I want to say about that card, even though it didn't come up, is she's taming the lion through love. That's what I want to say. You can achieve what you want in life through love. You don't have to force and have resistance. You can tame a lion through force. You know, you can learn a musical instrument by forcing yourself to practice 10 hours a day, 20 hours a day. You know, you can force a child to behave by forcing it and punishing it and disciplining it and what have you. But think about it. You can tell a musician that is playing from divine love flowing through them. You know, you can tell a child that's been disciplined through love and not fear. And it's the same with animals, of course, for the girl in the card with the lion, taming the lion through love. This is about mastering, okay? Because everything outside of you is a reflection of you. So at the end of the day, it's about mastering who you are, okay? And you master yourself through mastering your emotions and mastering your thoughts. That's one of my lessons in awakening. Go and have a look at my lessons in awakening on YouTube. Because I talk about thoughts, the power of thoughts, I talk about emotions, the power of emotions, and then I do one about the importance of mastering, how you can master your thoughts and your emotions so that you can transcend that 4th dimensional energy, mental body into 5th dimensional levels of consciousness. So it is about mastering yourself, right? Now, you can master yourself, again, through force and discipline. We see it a lot. You might see it in the gym, people forcing themselves and people really doing these endurance tests, which I'm not against, because some of these endurance tests are digging deep into your spiritual reserves. Sometimes you have to do that in order to find that spiritual lesson. But what I am saying is that you can master yourself through love, loving yourself. Loving yourself is mastering yourself, okay? So you don't have to master yourself. You don't have to be strict and force and discipline. It doesn't have to be like that. I mean, sometimes if you're meant to be doing those things, like the endurance tests won't feel like an endurance, they'll feel uplifting. You know, like if, for example, someone's fasting, you know, if you're meant to be fasting, it will be easy. You know, if you're forcing yourself and starving yourself, that's not love. That's not self-realization. That's not getting you anywhere. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is it's about mastering who you are, but doing it through love, self-love. I just wanted to share that because that seemed really important. I'm going to go into the cards now that are here. So we have the first one, which is the 8 of Cups. This is about retreating into your cave, emotional withdrawal. Okay, and it's because you're working on your fears. So this is what happens, like, for example, when you've been triggered, and I have a video on understanding triggers. Go and look at my lessons in awakening. When you're triggered and you understand that you have that emotion within you, okay, it didn't come in from outside, it's within you, and you're going into your cave to observe it, feel it, allow it, acknowledge it, process it, transmute it, alchemize it. How many words can we use? I love it. Love it away. But this is what it is. It's about being on your own. He's going into his cave. He's on his own. Time on your own. Solitude is crucial at this time with this high frequency coming in. It's so important that you have time to rest. It is going to make you tired. So don't beat yourself up if you need to have a siesta or you want to go to bed early and you want to sleep late and all of this stuff. Don't let those limiting beliefs of how much sleep you should have, don't let them get in the way. But this is about you withdrawing from those emotions. Maybe not so much. He can go into his cave and then he can watch, he can observe the emotions from the safety of his cave. That's quite a nice way to, that's quite a nice analogy, because you're going to observe emotions rather than become them. We've talked a lot about that. I've talked about that in the emotion video on Lessons Awakening. And this is all part of your life purpose. You're being called. You are being called, and that's why we're all actually being called to lighten our bodies, quite literally, to allow more light into our bodies. So we are focusing not just on our emotional health or our mental health, mastering the thoughts and emotions. Obviously, we're focusing on our spiritual health because we're nurturing our soul and following our heart. But we're also focusing on our physical bodies, because our physical bodies have been so dense, and they are the densest part of us, but we've allowed them to be programmed, we've allowed ourselves to believe all sorts of things, and we've allowed our physical bodies to get out of balance. And so it's super important, whether through diet, through yoga, through exercise, whatever, it's really just through consciousness, through love and devotion to your human vessel that is expressing your divinity. Okay, our human body is our instrument in which our soul plays its tune, right? It's just, so when you understand that, it helps you love your physical body. It's about loving your physical body, not like loving it as in, oh, aren't I sexy and gorgeous? Loving it as in, it served you all this time, and it works for you. And if there are parts of you that don't feel very good or don't feel like they're working that well, then give them some love. Because if you start cursing them and saying things like, oh, my knee, I hate my knee, it keeps giving way or what have you, well, I wouldn't help you much if you hated me that much. So you've got to love your knee. You've got to love it better. You've got to kiss it better, okay? Not hate it better. You never hear anyone hating something better, do you? So it's so important that we love our physical bodies, that we tune into our physical bodies. We're allowing the light into our density, into our darkness, into our shadow side, into the darker parts of us that we have ignored, okay? We haven't acknowledged. It is about integrating the light, okay? It is, we are the light, okay? So we need to feel that connection between our soul, our emotional body, our mental body, and our physical body. And that is your life purpose. Not just to do that, but to be who you came here to be, okay? But we didn't come here to be sick. We didn't come here to be overweight or extremely underweight. We didn't come here to curse our bodies. We didn't come here to separate ourselves from our bodies. Our bodies are, it's almost like they are the extension of who we are. They're our physical representation of who we are at soul level. Okay, so it's really important to love yourself, and that love of the self will be represented in your physical body as well. So we're not separating them, if that makes sense. Okay, this is Archangel Gabriel waking up the dead, because you have a purpose. If you're watching this video, you're probably a starseed, and you came here to help raise the consciousness level of humanity. And you do that by raising your own level of consciousness. Okay, and then by doing that, you learn the gifts, the divine gifts that you have, the things that you enjoy doing, you nurture them, okay, and that raises your own frequency. And then by sharing them with others, you raise your frequency even more, and the frequency of the collective. So it's like Pablo Picasso said, the meaning of life is to find your gift. In other words, what brings you joy, and the purpose of life is to give it away. So you do whatever it is, whatever creative endeavor it is, you do it to bring you joy, to raise your frequency, and then you share it with others, and that's our contribution to the collective. And that is basically your life purpose. Your life purpose is to be who you came here to be, and to do what brings you joy, okay? Now, reflecting on everything you've achieved, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm not ready, I can't do it, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. Well, just have a reflect on what you've achieved so far. Okay, have a little reflect. You're going into your cave, remember? So have a little reflect. What brings you joy? What brings you the most joy? If you didn't need money, if you had 17 million in the bank, okay, how would you spend your days? How would you spend your days? What would you be doing? Okay, because whatever that is, that's what you need to start doing now. And you do have things, you have everything that you need to get that ball rolling. And the chances are it's already rolling. But there are shifts going on and changes going on. So we're taking what we do, we're taking it into a new direction, into maybe a different direction. But this is stuff that you've learned. It can be like the books that you've read, the courses that you've done, the ideas that you've had, the jobs that you've had, the people that you've known. This is accumulation of all the things that you've achieved so far. Have a little look back and reflect. You'll see that you have done a lot. You will see that everything that you have done, everything that you have read, everything that you have learned, every person that you've met, every experience that you've had has brought you to this point for a reason. Okay? Please don't forget to have fun. This is the fun card. Okay, please don't forget to have fun. There are tribes around you. You might not see them everywhere because of what's going on and what have you, but there are people around you that are on your wavelength and they just want to celebrate with you. Okay, this is the Three of Cups. It is celebrating with like-minded people. Okay, we have to have fun. We've got to bring the laughter back in. What happened to the laughter, right? We've got to bring the laughter back in. Okay, definitely. And there's the King of Pentacles, which is the King of Abundance. My interpretation of Pentacles is total abundance. Joy, love, harmony, health, and financial security. All of that comes with your life purpose. Not just the love, not just the joy, not just the financial security, which is probably the way that we've been going for most of our lives. This is about total abundance. It's about what raises your frequency, because we know that your future lies in your frequency. So it's all about raising your frequency so that that frequency that you have, that you are, is going to be reflected back to you in your reality. So it's all about enjoying yourself, feeling abundant, feeling joy, laughter, love, all those things, and then that will get reflected back to you, and there's your abundance. Okay, makes it sound quite simple. It is that simple, to be honest. It does look like it, because the cards are going in a really beautiful direction. They are starting off with this. I think this is for today. The energy is intense, and it's just important to nurture yourself and integrate the love. Okay, understand that you're being called to do what you enjoy. You're being called to be who you really are. It's a win-win-win situation. We talk about life purpose and I'm serving, and we're working, and all these people talking about being warriors. No, doesn't have to be a war. It doesn't have to be working hard. No, not doing any of that. It's about loving yourself. It's about enjoying what you do. Yes, we are helping raise the consciousness level of humanity, but we don't have to do it by force. We don't have to do it by fighting. We can do it through loving ourselves and loving our neighbors, I want to say, okay? Because it's love that's going to alchemize any fear. It's love that's going to alchemize any anger. It's love that's going to alchemize any of those lower frequencies. Okay, and by keeping your frequency as high as possible, you can counterbalance so many more people that are struggling at the moment. Okay, so it is about focusing on yourself, which does help raise the consciousness level of humanity. I hope that's clear, because it really is important that we start living the life that we want to live. We can't keep talking in the future about heaven on earth, in the future about the new earth. No, because it's not a place and there is no time. It's a level of consciousness. So access that level of consciousness now and find your fun, your activity that brings you abundance. What activity brings you abundance? What creative endeavors bring you joy and health and harmony? Okay, and just trust that you have everything you need. You've accumulated it already. Okay, I hope that's clear. It seemed clear to me anyway. So please share this if you think it will help anybody else, and please subscribe and like and all those YouTubey things, and get in touch if you would like any emotional healing, or to check out my website, deborahjanesutton.com. I'll put a link in below. Have a look at what I do and get in touch if you have any questions. So lots of love to you all. Have a lovely Lionsgate. Bye for now.